Hello, welcome to Funny Side Upcast, home of Joe Mama and your phone is over there. This is your host, Big Boss Will, aka Host One, aka Founder, aka the guy that has all the equipment, aka the guy waiting for the co-host to jump in.
Yeah.
What's your name? What's your name, Shawty?
My name is Ted Higgins. I'm a graduate from MIT, and I specialize in building bombs, actually.
Okay, well. Oh, I just got the reference. I was about to say, yeah, here's my new co-host.
There were some unintentional parallels to a real individual.
Yeah.
I just think Ted Higgins is a funny name.
Yeah.
And bombs.
For a second,
building bombs is a terrible atrocity.
I thought that.
Not using them, just building them.
I thought that his actual last name was Higgins and not Kaczynski. Name drop.
Yes, it's revealed. We were talking about a Unabomber himself.
You know, I actually don't know a lot about him other than that he believed in resetting the world.
Yeah, he made bombs, and that's about it.
I was gonna, he's also got that really beautiful mugshot where he looks like crazed out of his mind.
Yeah, and then there's the sketch of him.
I don't think I've seen the sketch.
Oh, it was like the most popular picture of him for a while because, you know, for the longest time they were just trying to figure out who he was.
Yeah.
And one time I was outside helping my dad with something. And I had my hoodie up and I was wearing sunglasses and he said I looked like the Unabomber. And I was like, thanks. Thanks, Dad.
What's the CB Cooper, the guy that jumped out of the plane?
Yeah, no one ever found him.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I think that he never existed.
Oh, really?
No.
That'd be an interesting ploy.
It's just a myth. Like they just like tossed out the money.
Yeah.
Said that some guy did it.
You know, they found some of like bits of the money recently. Like
really?
Recently as in like 6 months ago.
Oh.
It was literally along the river. Like they found bits and pieces of some.
It's exactly like you said it would be.
Yeah. Is that what he said?
No.
It's a part of the myth. I was gonna open this episode, or I was gonna focus on this. Oh, I know what I was gonna talk about. Role playing. More importantly, GTA role playing.
Yes.
We've been playing here recently on a server. We don't necessarily have to disclose the name, but
yeah, there's like a million of them.
Yeah.
If you want to do it, just pick one.
Yeah, it's real life gangsters selling drugs mod enabled.
Yeah.
But
it's all one mod.
This isn't our first rodeo with a Grand Theft Auto multiplayer.
Yeah.
And we mentioned San Andreas multiplayer on a really early episode, but we never like dove into it. But
yeah, Crazy Bob's Cops and Robbers.
Me and Jackson hadn't been friends long. Like It was probably within the first like couple months, and you're like, "Hey, we were already library sharing at the time," and he was like, "Hey, download San Andreas, and then download this thing called SAMP, which is San Andreas multiplayer." And he's like,
"Go to be confused with the SIMP."
Yeah, which is
the first half of Homer's last name.
Yeah. What's the second half?
Sons.
I don't think it's Homer Simpsons.
Simpsons.
Simpson. Homer Simpson.
No, there's more of them.
But yeah, so San Andreas multiplayer.
Yeah, my experience with it was I had satellite internet. I was in 5th grade. I really wanted to play Grand Theft Auto Online, but I was poor and I had a shitty computer.
Mm-hmm.
So I had this old Dell Inspiron with a torrented copy of GTA San Andreas and a multiplayer mod. And I found Cops and Robbers, and immediately I was like enthralled. I was like, this
Cops and Robbers?
I didn't adopt the Russian accent until far on down the line.
Yeah, which is a current mainstay in our characters.
I have 2 characters, and one of them I don't use. The other one's Rob Schneider.
Hi, I'm Rob Schneider.
Yeah, I just go around hitting people and saying my name, which is Rob Schneider.
Yeah, and I think the main characters we play as mine I just typed in prior to the whole us figuring everything out.
Yeah.
But I named mine Joe Mama, last name Mumma. I'm not gonna say the birthday. It's a bit controversial.
Yeah, it's D-Day.
June 6th. But so yeah, as Jackson, my little brother and our cousin actually had been playing on it for a while. And they got me on there, and then I got Jackson on there.
Yeah, it was a bit of a hierarchy because Josh got Ethan, Ethan got you, you got me, then I got Alex.
Yeah, he's coming.
Oh, he's already on there.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jackson's main character is named
Ivan Petrov.
Yes, a Russian man.
He was born in the USSR, actually.
Yeah, before it dissolved.
Yeah, so he's a Soviet, and then he was only born there 2 years before it dissolved.
It's still in his blood.
It counts.
And then I retconned my name to the full name being Josefi Momolowski. And so our plan for the server is that we're just gonna like run this huge Russian mob.
Yeah.
That Jackson is the godfather of, and I'm above him, but I'm not the face of it. I run everything from behind the shadows, but Jackson is the actual.
When someone gets arrested, it's me.
Yeah. Well, real life examples like
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino never got. No, he's an actor, isn't he? I meant Al Capone.
No, Al Pacino.
Al Capone never got arrested for anything major. He got arrested for like fucking tax evasion, which like I mean,
is pretty fucking major, actually.
Well, like
that's like 20 years of jail time.
Yeah, but as compared to murder. No telling how many people he killed.
Yeah, killed.
Yeah, had killed.
Yeah.
I feel like there were much greater charges that Al Capone could have been.
Did he escape from Alcatraz?
He never went.
Did he not?
No.
Where did he go?
San Diego prison.
I feel like there was just something.
Was he not in New York?
I have no idea.
I feel like Al Capone was in New York, but I also don't see why they wouldn't just fly him to Alcatraz. He may have been in Alcatraz. I'll look it up.
I feel like there was something about him dying in Alcatraz or like escaping from it or something like that. But there
were only 3 people who ever escaped from Alcatraz, and then they shut the whole thing down. Those 3 guys.
Joking.
No, I don't think so, but that's how it's always worked in my mind. It's like, oh, Alcatraz was this like super secure prison. 3 guys like escaped. It's no longer open, so it's like all of those are put together. So it's like because those guys escaped, they shut it down.
Yeah. Well, what if more people escaped and they just didn't realize? They just lost track.
They escaped so well that the
like
guards
blacking
never
out
knew.
Documents on the way out that ever says they were admitted there.
Did you know that Scarface was his nickname? Al Capone?
I believe I did, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Lucky Luciano, Elliot Ness, Frank Capone. Did Al Capone have an STD? He had fucking syphilis.
Syphilis.
Also, people also search for Al Pacino did come up. That's not a joke. Al Pacino is in the related searches for Al Capone.
I mean, I was going to say, like, it's a very Italian name, Pacino.
Yeah.
But I wasn't joking earlier. I'm just stupid.
He did go to Alcatraz.
Cool.
I'm looking up his death. Al Capone death.
He probably died of syphilis.
Yeah. He's not dead. He's still alive.
You're fucking with me.
No, I'm 100% serious.
Where?
No, he died on January 25th, 1947.
Yeah. That motherfucker's frozen or something.
He had the mentality of a 12-year-old when he died.
What he had was syphilis.
They're gonna take our show off air because of this. Them being honest. He died because of a stroke and pneumonia, and then also syphilis.
Yeah.
Probably related to the syphilis.
You don't have syphilis and not die from it. Like, if you have syphilis and get in a car crash, you died from a car crash and syphilis.
Oh. There was something, I can't remember exactly what it was, but I can't remember if it was AIDS or suicide, but one of those two.
Those are two pretty different things.
I know, but like, hear me out. Between those two things, if like prior to like the 1970s, if you died of one of those, I can't remember which one it was, they would say you died of something else. So like, I think suicide might have been like,
I do remember there being a thing where, like, in Britain, in obituaries, they would say he never wed as a euphemism for being gay.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because, okay, but what if you actually never wed? Then people are just going to think you're gay.
Who knows? It's a toss-up.
Which you're dead, so, like, you know.
Yeah. That's your legacy.
Even the old 1950s Brits aren't going to complain when they're dead.
You made it to, like, 70 and you died, like, never marrying anyone. Just like, oh, he's fucking gay, I guess.
He just sucked. He just couldn't get a woman is what it was. But, no, like, for real. I can't remember which one it was. It makes sense for both of them.
I would assume AIDS more so, because there's like a huge stigma with that, more so than suicide.
Well, I mean, so same for suicide. It's like,
but people have been killing themselves for like centuries. Whereas,
but like, you don't want to publicize that. You don't want to be like, hey,
yeah, I understand.
Fucko killed himself.
Yeah,
like that's just like,
I mean, to that extent, I feel like even now, like in obituaries, if someone kills themselves, they won't mention it.
Yeah, if anything, they'll word it differently other than saying they committed suicide, because it's like, you're just gonna make everyone sad when you read that. Like,
yeah, and everyone knows you read obituaries to cheer yourself up on a rainy day.
He never wed. And he died of unfortunate circumstances. which roughly translate to never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I want to tell role play stories.
Yeah, go ahead. That's what I was aiming towards.
Yeah, but we sort of went off topic with
on that Al Capone shit.
Al Pacino?
Yeah.
But yeah, so for starters, I speak in a Russian accent because,
as do I.
Yeah, USSR. So I'm driving. My car is completely totaled, right? From the front, it's like completely crumpled.
Yeah.
Cop pulls me over in front of a convenience store. Walks up to my car. He says, "Sir, do you know why I pulled you over today?" And I mean, if you took one look at my car, it's like abundantly clear why.
Yeah.
And I go, broken taillight? Officer just looks at me. He goes, give me 1 second. He like walks back out to his car. He makes a few calls. Comes back and he's
Did you say he was like laughing when you said that?
He laughed about something later. But he was like, "Sir, this car is not road legal." And I was like, "Oh yes, all cars look like this where I'm from." And he was like, "Yeah, well, welcome here, buddy. This is land of the free, and every other country steals from us, including yours." He's just like walking back laughing, because I think I just said like, "Oh, okay, yes, sir."
But this whole time I was like trying to get a car and get over to Jackson. Jackson was like, "Come on, man, come on, you gotta get over here."
I was like, "Help, I'm being arrested. Help, please, come soon." Yeah, he just like impounded the car, which I didn't care about because I stole it like 5 minutes beforehand.
Yeah.
One time I left my apartment and I stole a car. This dude with a French Canadian accent came up to me and he was like, "Hey, can you give me a ride over here?"
He said, "Hey." interesting.
But anyway, on the
Okay.
topic of
Well, I'm gonna pause.
yeah,
There's going to be an obvious cut right there. My sister just called. At first I thought knew she was crying, and my sister cries sometimes, but it usually takes a lot to make her cry how she was crying. And so I was like expecting the worst, and something really bad did happen. The king, my old bearded dragon that I gave to her,
Izar.
Senior Caesar,
yeah,
he has passed away. So I want to dedicate this episode to Caesar.
yeah.
Everyone comment F to the king
Yes.
in the comments. That's all that is.
Even if you don't normally comment, this one's important.
Yeah.
It's not fucking butter pudding.
Yeah, it's respect to the man.
Yes.
I'll put a picture somewhere in the video. We will. This I always struggle with titling episodes, but this one is for Caesar.
Yeah.
Okay, and so in honor of Caesar, we continue the episode.
Yes.
That's what he would want us to do.
Anyway, dude with a French accent pulls up, right?
Mhm.
He's like, "Hey, can you give me a ride to this place?" And I'm like, "Sure, dude. Mark it on the map." And so I'm driving recklessly as all hell. I am going 90 down the median, and a cop, he puts on a siren behind me, tells me to pull over. So I pull over and I immediately step out of my car,
Mhm.
which it's not a particularly good idea.
Yeah.
The French dude is like, "Dude, get back in the car." And then the police officer's like, "Sir, please step in the car." He has a British accent. So like, we have all these nationalities. You got a Russian, a French Canadian, and a British guy. I get back in my car and he's like, the cop is like, "Sir, you know why I pulled you over?" And I was like, "No, sir, I have no idea." And he's like, "All right, so you're driving pretty recklessly back there." I was like, "Okay." And he says, "I'm going to need to see your ID and your registration of this car, please." And there were two issues with that.
You didn't have an ID.
I was robbed the day before. I did not have my ID.
Oh, you can look it up, right? You just type in CID, like the letter CID.
Well, I actually ended up going to the courthouse to buy a new one. But so I didn't have my ID and I stole the car. So I didn't have registration of vehicle.
Yeah.
So I say nothing. I just sit there for 5 seconds thinking about my options, and then I just slowly accelerate forward. Cop is just looking at me, but then he runs back to his cruiser. I'm going like 100 now while I'm getting chased by this cop. The French dude is like, no, go back. And I say,
"Damn Frenchie."
I was just like, "I cannot do this. I cannot go back."
I cannot go back to mother country.
So this French Canadian, you know what he does?
What's that?
He hops out of the car going 100 and fucking dies. He considers that preferential to
running from the police.
Yeah. So I'm still going. I cross over to like San Fierro,
Mhm.
and I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And my game crashes. So this cop is chasing me for like 2 minutes, and he just sees me fucking disappear.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking gone. And that was the end of that one. There was one time I had just robbed a few houses and a convenience store, so I had a lot of money on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ethan told me to go back to the apartments to drop it all off, so that way, I wouldn't lose it. And on the way there, I found this group of individuals. One had a white shirt and a gold chain, a
Mhm.
really shitty haircut. And I walk up to them and I'm like, "Hello." And dude's like, "Wow, you look like shit, Jesus." I was like, "Yeah, well, you look like shit." And he was just like, "Oh, wow." Like, I wasn't intending it to be like an actual insult. I was just fucking with him.
Yeah.
And then I walk off and I hear him say, like, "He'll be back." And then I'm just walking forward and he like chases up behind me. I like turn my camera around to see him. He's like, "Hey, what do you say we have a fair fist fight right here, right now?"
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, "Okay, will not end well for you." So we start fighting. And after a little bit, it's clear that neither of us are going to really gain from this. So I'm like, okay, I call it here. And then his buddies start hopping in. They said I pulled a gun, but I did not have a gun until a week later. So they all beat the shit out of me, and then they robbed me. Which, first of all, it was in front of apartments. You can't do that.
Yeah.
It's against the rules. And second of all, it was 5 minutes before the server restarted. That's also against the rules. So I reported them for that, and nothing came of it. But Josh and Ethan are actually in a gang. So I told Ethan about it. Ethan told Josh. He told the head of command at the time. And I signed on one day and I saw the dude in front of apartments again.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hello, he's here. Come quick.
Seen the backup.
Yeah, so Josh gets there. He's talking to him. And like the dude says they should fight and or right there or right now. But Josh has to explain like, no, you're an idiot. You can't fight here.
Yeah.
So then they like agree to meet up at a place. I go there. I'm like just watching from a distance, but like some guy shot me because he thought I was a local, like just a pedestrian.
Mm-hmm.
So I was bleeding out. But I still saw it from a distance. I heard a bunch of gunfire. They killed him. And I came back later and I saw the dude who robbed me, who started all of it, just laying on the ground.
Yeah.
And I walk over to him and I'm like, well, what do we have here? And he's like calling me a pussy, like saying I need to get all these guys to fight for me.
Yeah.
And I just said, like, I have never seen this man in my life. And I just like walk away. And his buddy chases up to me in a car and shoots me. And they robbed me again, but it's like I didn't have really anything on me. So like I didn't get my stuff back originally, but like Josh and Ethan got whatever they got from that. It's like,
yeah.
So I don't even care that I lost all that. Like I haven't seen that guy on since. So if it means he never plays on the server again, that's fine with me. But there was that. There's one story I won't describe that's just on my YouTube channel. I'll just leave it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. And I think that's about all for stories.
I was gonna say, we had that one where I think it was like the day you logged in for the first time. There's like the equivalent of Twitter.
Yeah.
And some dude, there are people that are always putting out like, hey, can someone give me a ride? And one dude was like,
oh yeah,
hey, I need a ride. And I think Jackson responded, I'm making a post.
I'm gonna kill you.
I'm making a post for Caesar.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so he made a post on the Twitter app and was like, hey, can someone come and pick me up? Jackson responds, and
I will send my friend for you.
Yeah, yeah. And we just went to go find this guy just to jump him. Like that was our sole intentions.
And like step out of the car and he says one word and he's like using like a voice modifier.
Yeah, and I'm like, I immediately start like in on that. I'm like, what's up with your voice, man? What is up with your voice?
What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Why you sound like that?
and he goes, that's just how I sound or whatever. And I'm like, you're in the wrong part of town or something like that. I can't remember if I hadn't adopted my Russian accent.
You hadn't by that point, no.
And so I threw a punch at him. No. I pulled a gun on him and I was like, this is a robbery.
You didn't have a gun by that point,
I did because Josh had like already like given me the money and stuff. This was before they reset the server and made it new. So I was like, yeah, give me your money. No, I didn't have a gun because I could have just shot him.
Yeah. I think you had fist. I don't think you had a melee weapon at the time.
Yeah.
And I had my hatchet.
Yeah. Because I got back in the car and Jackson was chasing him, trying to beat him up because he got away.
The second time.
No. It was both times.
Was it?
Because I hit him with the car, remember?
I only remember that the second time. But
so yeah, the first time we were both punching him and I was kind of like, me and Jackson would almost hit each other sometimes. So like, I kind of backed away and let Jackson fight him for a second. And Jackson was like, get in the car and try and hit him. And so I got in and he was running towards the freeway. And I like hit him really hard. And I think the cops had already like headed that way or something like that because we got in and we got out of it. No, we killed him. We definitely killed him.
Yeah, we killed him. And then
we just
sure I robbed him.
We ran.
Yeah.
And as soon as he respawns, he tweets out, hey Ivan, fuck you. And he's like
my friend said he has arrived.
Yeah.
Have you seen him yet?
Yeah. And he was angry.
Yeah. And then it happened again.
Yeah. He was like
still looking for a ride.
And I responded that time because he didn't know my name. And so we showed up again. I let Jackson get out of the car so that he could like sneak up on the dude and hit him. And the guy was hiding. He told us where he was, and I was like, I'm here. And he didn't come out for a minute. Like, he was there, but he was like hiding in an alley or something like that. He smartened up, because the other time he was just standing out in the open.
Yeah.
And so eventually he comes out, and Jackson comes over and starts throwing punches at him. And then by that time, the cops did arrive, and like Jackson ran one way, I ran the other. Jackson alt F4'd, I'm pretty sure. And I like got into an alley, got out, and I managed to escape without the cops even finding me.
I don't think I alt F4'd. I think I like jumped off a bridge. I don't think I died. I just like hurt my leg.
Yeah.
But I remember a separate occasion. I was meeting you at Pillbox, the hospital.
Yeah.
And there was a guy.
It seems like we are always there, because you can't go like 10 minutes without like almost dying.
It's difficult. But anyway, we were there. We were out front, and there was a guy and a girl. They were together, and then Will walks up to them and he's like, "Hello, it is me, Josefi." And then the guy was like, "I don't give a fuck who you are." And I was like, "This is Josefi. You will show him the respect."
That is when we were like, you do not know who you're talking to.
Yeah, I was like, he was like, "What, you think I'm scared?" And I was like, "I do not think you are scared, just stupid."
Yeah, you should be scared.
And then we were just like walking away, and he threw a punch at Will, and then his girl hopped in.
Yeah.
And then Will was like fighting him alone for like 5-6 seconds, and he was like, "Jackson, hop in." And so I just shot him.
He pulled out his gun. I think I said, "Jackson, shoot him." Yeah. And he walked away and pulled out his gun and shot both of them.
And then we hopped in my car and just drove away.
Didn't we end up having to go back to the hospital? And then like I think we were both injured, so we both ended up back at the hospital.
Yeah.
And they were both there.
What happened was, you were driving. I let you drive, and you crashed the car when a cop was on us. I alt F4'd, and then you lied to the cop.
Yeah, I said that I was running from the guy that was shooting us.
No, he was
like,
it was me, the guy who was with you.
Yeah, I did like 4 U-turns on the cop, so he definitely saw I had a passenger, and he kept asking me, he's like, "Where was the guy you were with?" I was like, "There was no guy. It was just me."
I was alone.
Yeah, I said that like so many times. And at first,
gaslighting this officer.
Yeah, at first I'm fairly certain he didn't believe me, but then like by the end of it, I'm pretty sure he like was like, "Oh yeah, he was just the only one."
Yeah.
If not, he was just like tired of me lying to him.
Yeah, wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a story. So this guy tweeted, right? He was like, "I need a lawyer at the police department."
Oh yeah.
So I was in voice chat with Alex while this was happening. I get there, and I see a dude who's handcuffed, 3 cops around him, and he's got blood all over him.
Better call Saul situation.
I say, "Hello, who needs lawyer?" This guy goes, "I do." And you know what? I confessed to all of it, but there was a guy who shot me, and I want to press charges. And the cop is uncuffing him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Well, let's get this straight. Are you a certified lawyer?" And I was like, "Define certified."
In mother country, I am certified. In USA, dude, maybe not.
And the guy who like I was gonna be defending just said like, "Oh my fucking god." I walked away, and I came back like 2 minutes later, and I was like, "Hello, I passed the bar exam." They didn't let me defend him.
Long story short, punchline.
Yeah, I was like laughing so hard when I wasn't using push to talk, because I was like trying to hold it together.
Yeah.
I was hoping so much they would just like let me defend him, and I'd be like, "Officer, are you sure this man shot anyone?"
What is the proof?
You seen it?
Body cam footage?
I think you'll see nothing, my friend.
There is no proof. But they are able to do like gunshot residue and like shit like that, which is insane. And when I was buying guns and stuff the other day, this cop gave me my license and was like, I need the serial codes for all your weapons. And I was like, he was like, "I need the serial code for your pistol." And I was like, "I bought 2." And he's like, "Yeah, I need both of those." I was like, "What happens if hypothetically I give it to friend?" And he goes, "Well, if they kill someone, it'll come back to you and you will be tried." And I was like, "Okay, I'm giving gun to friend." And so I was thinking about it. I could just say that I'm giving this gun to literally anyone and then, like, pin them for a crime.
Yeah.
Unless
kill
they,
someone
like...
with a gun and, like... Well, then it would still come back to you. I was going to say, like, kill someone and then give it to them.
Yeah.
Ask to borrow someone's gun and then kill someone and give it back to them.
So they killed themselves. It's in the logs.
But there was this one time I was trying to buy a gun license myself.
Mhm.
So I went there and the dude says, I can't sell you a license. You have attempted murder on your record.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, yeah. So now I need to tell a different story. I was robbing houses with Ethan.
You didn't finish what all happened with that one.
I'll get back to that one.
Okay.
But this is a flashback, right?
Yeah, flashback to the the felony crime.
So Ethan and I robbing houses were split up, and he's like, all right, I'm done for now. It's daytime. It's not safe to do it anymore. So I'm still robbing a house, and Ethan beeps me on our radio station, and he's like, hey, I'm pulled over right now. I need your help. And I was like, okay. So I head over to where he is. I see the cop, right? Yeah. I was just like, Ethan, should I hit him? And he was like, yeah, do it. So I hit him with my car. I hit him as hard as I fucking can, which it was like 40 miles an hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I just drive away after that. But then I come back and I hit the cop again, and I was like trying to back out, and he shot me. And
the cop shot you?
Yeah. And so I was dead in my car, and he's like, so you want to explain what you were doing just now? And I was like, I was trying to apprehend the suspect. In vigilante. But then the officer's like, yeah, dude, you just hit me 3 times with your car. I don't think that's what happened.
Collateral damage.
I was like, it's honest mistake. And then, like, he was like taking me to the fucking police station. And the entire time that I was like, do you know who you are fucking with? I could have your head on a stick if I wanted to. You have made grave mistake, my friend. And then, like, once I was actually in my jail cell, I was like, I would like to apologize. I lost my temper.
You're messing with Daniel fucking Riffert.
So I get to my jail cell, right? And I'm just like yelling. I'm just like, hello, you have not uncuffed me, you piece of shit. There's some British dude in the jail cell next to me is like, hey, shut the fuck up.
That's Australian.
Yeah, I can't do a British one. But he was just like,
oi, shut the fuck up.
Shut up, you British prick. And I was like, stay out of this, you fucking tea-drinking English boy. And then we were just like going at each other for like 2 minutes. And then this woman was like, how about you both shut up? And then we were both like, shut the fuck up, woman. I said wench. He said woman.
Oh, yeah. Didn't you get in trouble for saying wench?
Yeah, I did.
Wench isn't necessarily like... It just means like a maid.
I looked up the definition of that today, by the way. Just
it's a maid, isn't it?
Coincidentally, it was a young woman, and the second definition is prostitute.
Oh, I thought it was a maid.
Yeah,
they use that word in fucking Wizards of Waverly Place. Like that's
yeah, it's so archaic. It's like
you damn wench.
I'm sure if you told someone they were hogwash 400 years ago, that's like a serious fucking insult.
Yeah,
but, like. Anyway.
No, I'm headed up to Vegas this summer, about to find me a couple of wenches.
I mean, that works.
Yeah.
That checks out.
Yeah,
but,
it does. I'm gonna walk up to some dude and be like, how much for your finest wench?
Wearing a fucking, like, trench coat and, like, top hat.
Yeah. Petticoat. Tom Petticoat.
Who's that?
He's saying Free Fallin'.
Oh, yeah, him. Anyway.
So you applying for your license.
Yeah, that's how I got my felony charge. So I'm there, and the guy tells me no for this reason, and Will's like starting shit with him.
I wasn't starting shit. The dude was being like... We were at the police station, and we walked over to where he was, and he was literally doing the slowest walking animation to get into the building. I was like, oh, you really don't mean business, do you? Like, before he even got in, I was fucking with him, because, like, dude was just being an asshole. And that's, like, any cop anyone who plays as a cop on a GTA roleplay server is an asshole.
I've met a nice one. His name is Genesis. Sega. Genesis. No, it's just Genesis, but I told him that. I was like, yes, it's like Sega home video game console. But yeah.
Brand new in my country.
Just come out. I love Earthworm Jim.
Good TV show too. Still waiting on new season.
Russia's just like 20 years behind, like
consistently. Yeah.
But yeah,
But no. Anyone who plays a cop is 9 times out of 10 an asshole.
yeah. So,
Because like I've thought about it. The only reason that I would want to role play as a cop on GTRP,
position of power.
that and just to fuck with people. Because
Yeah.
like if someone's just playing the game, you can arrest them. Like
yeah.
like anyone who is just
People are not
thinking-
going to follow traffic laws in GTA.
Exactly. I never do when we're playing.
Yeah.
And if a cop comes after me, I fucking run. Like the worst that's gonna happen is they're gonna arrest me for like
Reckless driving.
reckless driving and evasion, and that's like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because that other cop arrested me for 10 minutes. So like, oh well, fuck me. Like,
What did that guy say when I was trying to defend you? Like, you said something that made you reconsider me even trying.
he said he basically said it'll take just as long for him to get here and to go through all that than it would be for you to just
Serve
go
your
to jail.
sentence.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was like, okay, yeah, I'll just chill.
Yeah, because I was like changing out of clothes because the cop knew the description of the suspect, which was me.
Yeah, I don't think he did, but I think just to be safe, I was like, hey Jackson, don't show up in your clothes.
Yeah.
I was like, you need to go change.
Yeah, so I just changed from a white suit to a black suit and changed my hair.
Yeah.
I was still speaking in a Russian accent, which
Yeah.
is very like identifiable.
Well, like I spoke in a Russian accent, so like it would have.
He's my brother.
Yeah. This is well, yeah.
He's Ivan. He's my
This-
lawyer
This
and brother.
Josefi. But yeah, so like, not only was that dude just being an asshole, the cop that wouldn't give Jackson his permit, when he answered that, he said, "Okay, goodbye." Like Jackson obviously could have asked, "Hey, how do I fix that?"
Yeah,
And I think you almost started, and he
I
was already
did.
walking out.
I did. He said I go to the Department of Justice with no further explanation, and I have no idea what that even means.
Yeah,
so.
and I got mad. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, we're trying to figure out how to play the fucking game.
Yeah.
And you're just being an asshole. He's like, it's a busy day. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, answer the damn question.
It was like 9 p.m. No one's on.
Exactly.
It's not fucking busy.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
I was like actually angry, and I kept like going off on the cop. And Jackson in character was like, Josefi, quit it.
Yeah, I was like, Josefi, settle down.
And he like punched me a couple times.
Yeah, and then after a while, I was like, shut the fuck up. And my
Yeah.
dad heard that, and I got in trouble for it.
Yeah.
But
His dad walked in and said language, and then I told Jackson that he wasn't talking about the swearing; he was talking about the accent.
he's just confused about my accent. He doesn't actually care that I swore.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I got very heated.
So after
I was actually angry at that dude.
after the cop walked away, I was like, Josefi, you fucking idiot! You should have asked him to purchase one for you.
Yeah, and then I like ran up to him. I was like, "Hey! I just want to.
I want to apologize.
That's exactly what happened. I was like, "Hey, can I purchase
He was
one?"
like sprinting full fucking speed at this dude who's walking.
Yeah,
It's like the most suspicious thing you could do after you just got out of an
Yeah.
argument with him.
and then like he walked into the cop parking lot and was like, "You can't be here." And I was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah,
He's like, "I'm busy. I've got to go." Call another cop, and server was resetting. So like,
yeah. Should have just fucking shot him.
yeah, if I had a gun, man, the whole point of getting that license should have just been to fucking shoot that dude.
Yeah, which, like, Ethan bought me a gun,
Mhm.
and then Will bought me some guns later, which I
Yeah.
just have stashed in my apartment. I don't actually need a license. I just thought it'd be more convenient.
Yeah, if you can buy your own, it was
Yeah.
free. I don't know if you actually have to pay for one.
A gun license?
Yeah, unless like it so happens that like
They charge like your bank or something?
no, like if because the guy that did it for me wasn't even technically qualified to do it,
Yeah.
which is weird that there are cops on the server that aren't able to do a pretty common task that is going to
Yeah.
come up. And he just like was asking whoever was on server what he needed to do, and he's like, "Here's temporary quote unquote gun licenses, and mine still works, so like I got it
Yeah.
for free." So as long as I guess as long as my character doesn't die, or like I respawn or do some weird shit, I've got
Yeah.
a gun license, which is good enough.
Yeah, I think even if you respawn, you can still keep it as long as you don't get robbed.
Yeah. Well, I got
Which-
robbed, but I'm pretty sure I could still buy guns.
Oh, yeah, you said it's not like a physical thing, right?
Yeah, no, it's not. And
So-
neither is your ID.
Your ID is.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, I never saw it.
You probably got robbed.
From day one, yeah.
Yeah. But,
Man, what the fuck do you do with a random person's ID?
Dude, I don't know. People, like, keep them like dog tags. Like, as
Yeah.
a trophy.
Yeah.
But, what time are we at?
48 minutes, and that's also with the big cut. So
Yeah. So let's say we'll shoot for like 110.
yeah. But yeah, no, this is actually the latest podcast we've done. Well, on a work night because like pretty much
to check to see if my parents texted me.
Pretty much as soon as episode ends, I'm curling up. I'm already in my sleeping position. Jackson's warming up me a nice glass of warm milk.
I'm gonna tuck him into bed and read him a story.
He's gonna read me chat logs. Oh yeah. Speaking of chat logs and such, the Minecraft server, as we speak, is being put up.
Yes, I just port forwarded the server on Will's network because I would host it on mine if one, I had good internet, and two, it even gave me the option.
Yeah. So, the server's gonna be up. Join the damn Discord, and you can get on it through there. I'll probably put a link in all the YouTube videos from now on, for the Minecraft server. But we nice lemon.
Huh?
It looks like you have a lemon sticker on there. For people who are audio only listeners, which is everyone, Jackson has an old ass Dell HP monitor, and it's got like a sticker that looks like a lemon. So on to newer, greener topics. Today, you'll have no idea what I did all day. Take a wild guess, Jackson.
What did you do? I
At work.
At work, you punched another guy.
No, I didn't. I didn't punch the first guy.
Well, you know,
just wrapped him up. No, I didn't find anyone. There was this old woman with like, she was turning 60 and was like evil. She was just mean. But no, I went through 2 entire anime series today.
In one day?
In one day. They were both 12 episode single season anime, which there are a lot of those that are like single season short run. It's just 12 episodes. You're in, you're out, kaput, you know? I went through 2 of those. So I watched 2 complete series. One of them was Erased, which is a fantastic anime. I actually think you would really like it.
Still need to finish Death Note.
Death Note.
I got to episode 2.
Oh. I was actually thinking about rewatching Death Note today. I've been rewatching Attack on Titan, and I thought about starting season 3, which is where I got up to after last week. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch something new. And so I watched all of Erased this morning, finished it by lunch. And then whenever I got back from lunch, I was like, okay, I'm done with Erased. I was talking to the person I'm talking to, and they had suggested Madoka Magica like a while back, which is this really strange girly anime that they liked in middle school. And I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And I was watching it, and I watched all of it, and it was interesting to say the least. But Erased is 10 out of 10, like such a good anime.
Yeah.
The premise essentially is it's a murder mystery, and this dude has this ability. If something bad's about to happen, he goes back in time like 1 to 5 minutes, and he has the opportunity to fix it. Well, there's been this serial killer for so long, and he ends up going back like 18 years. That's like the furthest back it had ever happened. And he had to basically change.
Is this spoilers?
No.
Okay.
He is basically essentially trying to change past events to alter future events. And that's pretty much the basic rundown without spoiling. And it is really good.
I see.
Yeah.
I struggle to finish, like, my friend recommended me this show one time that it was like a typical like 1 season anime, 12 episodes.
Yeah.
I made it like 8, and I really enjoyed it, and I still didn't finish it.
It was JoJo's.
It was Happy Sugar Life, which is this
I've heard of that.
It's a really weird anime in which pretty much everyone is a pedophile. But like, it's actually, I don't want to go too deep into it, but it's a really weird anime.
Well, just based off of that short description, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's even hard to tell like what, because the main character, she like finds this girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she like says some weird things, but it's nothing inherently like sexual or anything. Yeah. It's just like, she completes me and things like that.
Yeah.
It's really strange.
There's a lot of that in anime where it's like, it's not inherently sexual, but like
It's a weird attraction
it's
to very
implied.
young.
Yeah. Well, it's not even very young, even sometimes. Like, yes, that. Which in Japan, they fucking sell like little girls like used panties. Like, that's
Do they?
not. Yeah, in vending machines. Well, maybe it's not little girls, but they sell
Yeah.
used panties.
Um.
But what I was gonna say was like, there's this anime that B suggested to me called Yuri on Ice, which is a quote unquote gay ice skating anime.
Yeah.
Which there was nothing actually gay in it. It was just dudes ice skating. It was actually a really good.
Do they? Is it like it's implied that they're?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like there's a whole part where, the like previous grand champion guy who had been winning for years retires to train this guy who had been mediocre, to like reinvigorate like what he had inside of him to become the best.
Yeah.
And so like they make it all the way to the finals, and they're going around shopping and stuff, and as a token of, I'm pretty sure he just says respect to his coach, the main character Yuri buys them both rings, and they both wear them on their ring fingers like a married couple. And there is this whole scene where they fall into a hug, and like it's implied that they kiss, but it's also implied that they didn't even kiss. But it is also implied that there's like attraction between each other. But there's, other than those two things, like that's it. And like they do always talk about like love is a really big theme, and like passion and stuff in relation to the sport. But at the same time, it's like they don't straight up say this, but it's like undertones.
Yeah.
And I imagine that's kind of...
Yeah, it's... I mean, there are actual, like, literal pedophiles in Happy Sugar Life, if I can recall correctly. Like, people... Because this girl's gone missing. The girl who finds her is not related to her in any way. Mm-hmm. So she's essentially abducted her, but, like, she's giving her a good life.
Yeah.
But, like, there are actual, like, men looking for this girl.
Oh, my gosh. So my grandmother has a fake palm tree that one of my cats just climbed up in and was chilling. Yeah. But that... So, like, they don't portray it as, like, positive, do they?
No, not really. But it's, like... It's... You don't really get another side to it, besides, I guess, her brother is looking for her. So...
That's weird.
Yeah.
But there's, like, a lot of things in Japanese culture that, like, we're like, but, like, they're cool with, like...
Yeah.
Tentacle porn, which...
So that clarify, when I say her brother's looking for her, it's, like, just to, like, bring her back home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like... even just, like, weird shit aside, like, Japan is just so much more open about sexual stuff that it's, like...
I can't remember, were we talking about how, like, we're the most, like, closed off country, like...
In terms of sexuality, I would say, but,
yeah, like, most other countries literally don't give a shit.
Yeah, but, like...
Well, except for, like, you know,
I really can't speak for any other countries. I know Australia.
Like, European countries, I mean.
Yeah, Australia is really strict about it. Like, Hotline Miami 2 got banned for the rape scene in the beginning. Yeah. And it's still banned, even after they added the option to, like, skip it.
Mm-hmm. They're also anti-sodomy.
I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure you can get killed. And is sodomy only between... men?
Sodomy, I'm pretty sure the actual definition is non-vaginal sex.
Yeah, it is. That is the actual definition. But yeah, they have anti-sodomy laws.
Yeah. Which
is weird because, like, that's, like, also oral, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, like, if it's trying to be, like, homophobic, then it's not.
They're just cutting off every other good things.
Yeah. But, I was gonna say something else. Yeah, no, Japan definitely just stands out as, like, an overtly sexual country. And
yeah.
You could argue the same thing for violence here. Like, there's a lot of things that are violent that are banned in Japan.
And, like, communist in Russia.
Yeah. But I think Colin may have mentioned it, but, like, I think he said 1984 was banned for, is that the name of it?
Yeah, 1984.
Yeah, he said it was banned in America for being pro-communist.
Yeah,
and then
it was banned
in Russia for being anti-communism.
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because wasn't George... I think Colin mentioned this also, that George Orwell was a communist.
Yeah.
Which is strange, because, like, he seemed very, like... Everything he wrote was, like, in, like, criticism of...
communism.
Yeah, because, like, if you read Animal Farm, he was basically showing
the downfall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't painting it in any good light.
Yeah, but you could also argue that he's just telling it how it was.
Exactly. And which,
yeah.
If you support something, tell it how it is also. Like,
yeah.
Don't sugarcoat it because you support it.
Yeah, he was just retelling events from history, but
then also, so in 1984, there's this whole concept called INGSOC, INGSOC, which is short for English socialism, I believe. And I feel like it's painted as is that fascism? What is it where the government has, like, control over absolutely every facet? Like as big of a government as possible. Is that fascism?
That, or like totalitarianism? Something?
Yeah. Which that's what 1984 is essentially about, is this big huge brother. Government. Yeah, yeah, big. They are always watching you. Everything you do, if you do anything that is against them, which arguably could
KGB.
I was gonna say could be like a reinterpretation of the KGB.
Yeah.
Where, like, if you said anything, you were going to the actual fucking gulag. Not fuck Call of Duty and the way they have, like, twisted the word gulag.
I've never played the story in any Call of Duty.
Well, in Warzone, the fucking battle royale, if you die, you go to the gulag. Yeah. You have to fight your way out. But, like, the real life gulag, you're, like, mining stone. Like, you were in a fucking Siberian war camp, essentially.
There's, like, no hope for you.
And for what? For saying you disagreed with the, like, National Party.
Yeah.
Like, imagine that. Like, man, good luck.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Like, did we talk about Stalin whenever Colin was on, or like a couple episodes ago? How, like, we all look at Hitler as such a bad guy, as he is.
Yeah.
But we always overlook Stalin, who was arguably as bad, if not worse.
He killed far more people.
Yeah, and they were his own people. Like, like in a war, you're going to kill.
Include that in the equation. It's like, you just stack numbers.
Yeah.
Hitler
I think his was like 49 million people.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. He was the leader of a country and was killing his own citizens, which...
It's such an unfathomable number. Like, you tell someone 49 million, you can't even really wrap your head around how big of a number that is.
Yeah.
It's like... There was this thing that iDub said one time. He was talking about odds of the lottery, and he said that the human brain isn't, like, able to handle numbers that big. Like, if you hear 1 in a million odds, then, like, you're probably thinking closer to, like, 1 in 10,000, 1 in 1,000.
Yeah. No, it is minute.
Yeah, it's like, it's so hard to actually wrap your head around. Like try counting to 1,000. That's difficult, but try counting to 49 million.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
it's not happening.
I think it's 49 million. I'm going to Google.
Yeah, I've been basing all this off your thing, but, like, regardless of what it is,
I've got a really good memory for, like, things I learned in history class thanks to our teacher.
Yeah,
like he was so good that, like, his teaching method, it is what worked, like, best for me.
Yeah, it was just him talking over PowerPoints, and it was entertaining.
Yeah, I would write and listen and, like, absorb it all.
I didn't even write anything down. I was able to just watch and listen, and I still passed all the tests.
I probably could have also.
Yeah. But, like, regardless of what the actual number is, I know it was more than Hitler killed, and I know Hitler killed a fuck ton of people. So, like, my point stands.
Let's see. So, like, people always say that this says 20 million or higher, which people always say Hitler killed 7 million, but that's always in reference to the Holocaust, right?
Yeah, I think the actual number of people, like, casualties is 12. Something like
12 million?
Yeah.
Is that including, like... say, like, U.S. soldier deaths, like...
Probably not.
Because
I think that's counting, like, everyone who was, rounded up
in,
from
like,
their own
labor
countries, I
labor
guess.
camps.
Yeah, things like that, but not like war casualties.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, if you account like war casualties, I think Stalin's would greatly go up because he was they were directly fighting the Germans, and so
Yeah.
like both numbers would go up drastically. But arguably, the number of people Stalin killed were probably just as high as the deaths in World War II, like 50 million. Well, rough, give or take. Like, I want to say D-Day, there were like 1 million deaths or something like. I don't know. That seems like absurdly high.
Yeah.
But I can't verify because I just put my phone on charge.
Yeah, so let's swap over to a topic that requires less prior knowledge. We can just talk about.
I do want to say, I think the total casualties in World War I was 1 million. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was very close to 1 million. If not, that's like the American Civil War. But
yeah, I know the Civil War was like the highest number of casualties for an American war, but that makes sense because it's Americans fighting Americans.
Yeah, all deaths equal American death.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, I think some people might separate it into Confederate deaths and Union deaths.
Yeah. But I mean, both of those are the same country now. So
yeah.
Which is crazy that, like, people are always talking about, well, realistically, Texas can secede from America.
Yeah.
Like, it is in their constitution that they have that right. And it becomes a 5-state state. Which, for people out there who didn't know this, I'm pushing up my glasses. State is just another name for a country. Like,
yeah.
I didn't know that until I was in, like, fucking 9th grade, but, like...
Yeah, that's when I put it together, too.
Yeah, well, I put it together because my teacher told me that. But, yeah, a state is a country, and if you think about the name of America, the United States...
Yeah.
It's basically all individual countries put together to make one big conglomerate, which also, if you think about it, most European states are really small, like Croatia, Italy, like they're all equivalent to single states in America.
Like, people will talk about like driving between countries in a single day in Europe.
Yeah. You can drive, I think the entire state of Alabama is equivalent to the size of the UK.
Yeah, that would sound well.
The only knowledge I'm going off of is Epic Rap Battles of History, and that's no fucking lie.
Well,
Winston Churchill versus Teddy Roosevelt. They have a joke.
I think that Alabama is probably like a similar size to like Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Any of those like Western European states, it's not going to be too far off.
Yeah,
it's going to be comparable.
Which most states in America are all about the same size. Like there are some that are massive, such as Alaska, California, and Texas. Are all massive states.
And you got like Massachusetts, Rhode Island.
Yeah, all the baby states up northeast.
Yeah, back when they were like really close knit, and then America was like fucking manifest destiny.
Yeah,
like spread out, guys.
Get big.
Yeah,
but then like pretty much all westward, they're all the same size except for Texas. And even then, those states are fucking huge. I've been across America. It takes a full day to drive across Texas, first of all.
Yeah.
But then like to get from one side, like I think it took me 2 or 3 days going north from like the middle of Colorado up into like the top part of Nevada and Utah. Like that took me like a whole day.
Yeah.
But in relative to driving across Europe, you could drive from Sweden, which they're Sweden, Poland, and Denmark are the 3 that are like in a line, right? Like they're all 3
Not
very
Poland.
similar chance. What's the other one? Switzerland?
Norway, yeah, that's Scandinavia.
Okay. From those, which is basically at the furthest reach of Russia, like if you start there and drove all the way to Spain, it may take you like 2 or 3 days. That's a random guess, but like I wouldn't be
surprised. Are they
surprised.
actually connected?
All of those, yeah.
Yeah, I know they're all connected together, but are they connected to mainland Europe?
What is mainland Europe?
Like Germany and Poland and all of that.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, like
Spain, you can walk from Spain to Russia.
Well, yeah, Spain, but like I'm talking about Scandinavia.
Oh yeah, because there's just like 3 islands and the big lake at the top.
Islands.
No,
Yeah, that's where I'm getting stumped. But it's like I probably sound like a fucking idiot to anyone who does live in Europe
yeah.
because it's like
Well, we're Americans. We've only all of my knowledge is based off a test I took in 10th grade.
that's like someone in Europe being like, "You tell me you can walk from California to Texas?" Like, I guess you could.
Yeah, yeah. But you can walk to Rome anywhere from there because all the roads lead back.
Yeah, like you have like mainland Europe, but then like the UK is definitely separate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's on its own.
But
thing.
everything else is connected.
Yeah.
Like there is no disjunction except for the UK and Ireland. Well, is Ireland in the UK
You also
and
have
Britain
Iceland and
is
Greenland.
Huh?
Iceland and Greenland are definitely separated.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, like in name, the UK is Britain and Ireland, but Britain is not Ireland and Ireland is not Britain, but they are both the UK.
I'm pretty sure the UK is comprised of 4 countries. You have Ireland,
Wales.
Wales, yeah.
Is Wales its own country?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Welsh.
I was just fucking guessing.
Yeah, and then you have North Ireland, which is its own thing.
Yeah, because there's like, what is it called? I don't want to say some 3-letter name and get it wrong.
What do you mean?
I think it stands for Irish. Let me look this up because I don't want to say these
Look up
3
countries of the UK.
I don't want to say these 3 letters and it stand for some group that like is bad.
IRS.
It's similar. Maybe not.
Look up
I just
countries of the UK, damn you.
Okay. Countries of UK. You've got England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern
Scotland
Ireland.
was the one I was missing.
So wait, does it? Oh, dude, yeah, the UK says "fuck you, Ireland," but like Northern Ireland, yeah, there's like huge beef between Northern Ireland and Ireland.
Yeah. People will say they're from Northern Ireland, and people are like, "Oh, you're Irish," and then they're like, "No, I'm not."
Yeah, I'm not Irish. I'm Northern Irish. Give me a second. Let's see. Yeah, the IRA is what I was thinking, which is the Irish Republican Army, which is, I think they're like borderline. I don't want to say anything because I don't know, but I want to say they're borderline terroristic. Like, I'm not sure.
Put a little footnote.
Yeah, anything I've said about the IRA, which was like 2 things.
Anything I've said this episode.
Footnote.
Slap an asterisk by every single word.
I think, like, anytime we speak about any topic that we haven't prepared ourselves on, there should be a massive fucking footnote.
Yeah.
At the beginning of every episode, there should be a footnote that says, take everything we fucking say with a grain of salt.
Do it, like, introduce every episode like a Beavis and Butthead intro that's like, Beavis and Butthead are cartoons. like
Will and Jackson are cartoons.
What they say you should not emulate in real life.
People try and go out and emulate our like cops and robbers, like GTA roleplay shit. Officer is just a fender bender.
Officer, it was simple misunderstanding. Let me go.
That's how you get out of a ticket.
I do not have ID.
Imagine in real life you get pulled over and you immediately like revert to Ivan Petrov and you're like,
it's
officer.
Just instinctual.
Yeah, officer, I am Ivan Petrov. Okay, let me see your like license and insurance.
I was just thinking just now, you know, it'd be really funny
if you looked in the mirror.
Well, you're not funny, but anyway.
You laughed.
What would be funny is if a cop pulled you over and he asked for your license and you told me you didn't have one, so he wrote you a ticket for it. And then, like, if you were getting arrested, they were, like, checking you and they found your ID. It was like, why didn't you show it to us? And you're just like, I didn't like how I looked in the picture.
I forgot.
I got this yesterday. It's new to me.
Yeah, it's new concept.
What's the time?
2 hours. It's an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah. So.
Oh, well,
This time for a conclusion. My parents want me home.
Oh, I did not know that was the case. I kidnapped Jackson and forced him to be on podcast. Oh, by the way, anyone who has listened this far, Minecraft server will be up soon. Yes. T-shirts are coming soon.
Yes.
$20 per t-shirt. If you are in the Discord, just message me or Jackson and give us...
International shipping costs more.
Give us money.
Yes.
There is only one person who is international, and he gets his t-shirt for free. That's Marcos.
International shipping, $200.
Oh, I hope not. He will have to pay for it.
We ship it in 5 foot by 5 foot box, wrapped in bubble wrap to protect the shirt.
Indeed.
It is fragile.
High quality fragile shirt.
It's made out of clay.
Do not wash, not microwave washable. Do not wash, not dishwasher safe.
You place it in your microwave and then you wash the microwave. It is microwave washable.
You know, we still haven't released the secret episode of the podcast.
Yeah, we need to edit that.
Yeah, I've just got it sitting on my computer. Goodbye. Oh, goodbye, everybody. Have a good night. Good morning, good night, depending on whenever you're listening.